Good afternoon. It is currently Monday, the 26th at around 1:30 in the afternoon. So I left y'all late last night and I haven't been with you at all today just yet. But what has happened up to this point is I checked out of my concierge room, sadly. But I still have access to the Kronos Club until 7 p.m. today. Even though I have checked out, I am still at Coronado Springs. I'm currently now in a basically a standard room. They actually upgraded me to what they consider preferred. It's really just closer to the main lobby, which I appreciate. But I'm in the cabana section. So now, after this stay, I will have stayed in the casitas, the ranchos, the cabanas, and the Grand Tower. So I am excited to be able to say that. Now, inside, casitos, ranchos, and cabanas all look the same. Same decor, everything else is literally the same. It's just externally, it has slightly different feel. But right outside my building is like a little beachy area, and there's hammocks, and I'll have to show you all later. It is cute. All right, so after I checked out, I know I'm rambling. I checked out. I went to the Kronos Club. I missed breakfast because I misread the timing. I thought it was till 11:30 or 11 or 11:30. And then they started the snacks. Oh no, it was till 10:30. And then all the snacks started at 11:30. So I didn't really get breakfast, but I nibbled on the afternoon snacks. I may go back there. My original plan was I was going to go work at EPCOT in the afternoon. I was working there until my room was ready, and I decided to go ahead and just bring my stuff over here and drop things off. And I was going to go to EPCOT and work there, but because it's gorgeous, the sun is out as far as that goes. It's 70 degrees, which is the warmest it's going to get all day. It's actually going to drop from here and actually be pretty chilly over the next several days. So it's like, it's a perfect day to go work outside since all the other days are going to be probably a bit too cold to do that. Y'all, the wind is like 15 miles per hour. It is whipping, which is why I also look a little windblown. It literally is whipping. And I was like, I'm not going to sit outside and work in this. And meanwhile, have trouble keeping my hair out of my face. So I think I'm just going to stay here for the afternoon. I thought about going over to the Riviera, but without paying for transportation, which I'd prefer not to do, I'd have to go from here to a park and then from a park to the Riviera, which is probably going to take an hour out of my day that I could be doing working. So I'm probably not going to do that. Instead, I am going to make my way back into the main building and then actually probably go grab some lunch, because since I didn't really eat a whole lot earlier, I am rather ravenous right now. So I'm either going to go hit up Rick's if they have availability, which is a sports bar slash restaurant that is here in Coronado Springs. Three Bridges is not open until like the afternoon, evening, I think at like 4 o'clock. So that's not an option. I could go to the food market, which could be a possibility as well, and grab something there. And then Barcelona Lounge doesn't open till 3, and they just have a couple tidbits to eat. And then the other table service restaurants are open in the evenings. But with it being Monday, Toledo's, and I'm not sure about Dahlia Lounge, they may as well, but they're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. So options, 2 places, well, 3 technically. Go back to the Kronos Club, but we already know that there's not a whole lot there that I'm going to eat. Well, not that I haven't already eaten, and I'd like a little bit more than that, or hit Rick's or the food court area. So we're going to do that. And then after that, I will continue to work and then head over to EPCOT this evening for the Festival of the Arts. So I will take part in that this evening, walk around and look at the different art booths. I'd love to grab something to take home, probably not like a huge piece, but a smaller piece, or even a series of smaller like postcard size that I could do maybe like a gallery wall. That would be really cool. But check that out. Start experiencing the different food booths. So whenever I eat now, I want to keep it minimal. Enough to be full for the next several hours, but not overdo it so that I can partake in the food booths this evening. But otherwise, let's go grab some food. Let's continue to work. And then we're going to have fun this evening. So stay tuned and let's go do this. Here we are making our way out of the building to go grab some lunch. There is the beautiful beach area I was talking about with the hammocks. It just looks so peaceful. Quick panoramic view of the building I am staying in, all the way around to where you see the Gran Destino Towers. Now, this walk from the building to the tower is literally 5 minutes, barely. I'm a slow walker and I was taking my time. But yeah, it's barely about 5 minutes. And you can see here that the wind was blowing rather crazy, which is the whole reason why I decided to continue working inside. But I was making my way over to grab some lunch, and here is the tower. And I'm going to pan around really quick. It's got some really cool stuff. There's chess, there's checkers, there's a fire pit, there's a little grassy knoll where you can play cornhole, as a couple people were. They did such an amazing job when they built this building. The decor, especially on the inside, is absolutely gorgeous. Now, here is a map. You'll be able to see just how large this entire property is. But it's still one of my favorites, to be honest. And this is a hallway that's going to take you all the way to where the old reception area is, and then as well as onto the convention space and the dining. So here we are. This is the old concierge slash check-in area. Gorgeous fountain right outside that, and in front of the shop, which is Pink Bow. Next to that, we have a coffee shop, and then just beyond that is where a lot of the restaurants are. Now, in the market, you can see there's multiple different stations for you to choose from, and since it was a little later than lunchtime, it was actually rather quiet. I ended up picking up some chicken fingers and french fries, and it was my birthday, and they saw my birthday pin. They gave me a pack of Reese's peanut butter cups as well, which was absolutely super nice of them. Then afterwards, I went back to that old lobby area and got some work done. It was great. All right, I am back. I tried to record this earlier, and the wind was whipping and blew my ears practically off my head. So I turned around to go put the ears away, which I'm not a fan of. I really would like to wear my ears to the park. I know, I sound like a whiny 12-year-old. But nonetheless, with the winds that they're like 14, 15 miles per hour right now, I don't want to have to deal with them. See, blowing all over the place. I don't want to have to deal with them while at the park. So anyway, so I took them back. We're going to make our way over, and hopefully with doing that, I may or may not miss the bus to EPCOT. So we'll see how it goes, at least according to the app, which they're close to being accurate, but sometimes they are a couple minutes off. So maybe we'll get lucky. Here we go. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's actually the other way around and it's a little later. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I've made it to EPCOT. Can you see? It's kind of blending in with the sky, but there's Spaceship Earth behind me. I kind of stuck myself into a corner where there wasn't too much music and not a lot of people. But anyway, it is currently like 5:45 and it's like 60 degrees already and the wind is whipping at like 14 miles per hour still. I was hoping it was going to calm down by the evening. But anyway, we're going to do our best to enjoy the Festival of the Arts without freezing. I know it's not as cold as other places, but it's a bit chilly. So anyway, I'm thinking actually the first thing I'm going to do is go ride Soarin' because it's only got like a 15-minute wait. Assuming it's still that way, I'm going to go ride that. And then we're going to go partake in some food and beverages. So come along. let's go enjoy ourselves.
Al escenario a la calle.
Well, all the ones on the top, are those Beauty and the Beast and not?
These will be the funny girls.
Okay, yeah.
I think unless this
I just went right for all you people that love to go left. This is the way.
Mais oui, that's it! Cette nourriture est pour nos invités, pas pour vous. Hey guys, the food is for them, not you. Dépêchez-vous, par ici. Go. Il va aussi me falloir rapidement 4 ratatouilles pour la table. Thanks for coming, everyone. Vous serez toujours les bienvenus chez Rémi. À bientôt et bon appétit. Oui, non?
Joaquin said this was like 6
Welcome to Building with Coronado. As you board the boat, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. Parents, please supervise your children and refrain from flash photography. But over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being. Welcome to our living laboratories, where scientists from EPCOT and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. Like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature. The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods.
Under-seat compartment. This includes cameras, purses, hats, and of course, these little beauties.
All right, so you can tell it is the end of the night. I am back at Barcelona Lounge in the Coronado Springs Gran Destino Towers. I got me a hot adult coffee. It got pretty chilly out there. I know a lot of people are dealing with a lot of coldness right now, but when you're not really ready for it or dressed appropriately, 49 degrees is rather chilly. So I'm not quite sure what I was thinking when I packed, since I didn't pack anything heavier than a sweatshirt. Sweatshirt and a long sleeve shirt, which I didn't even wear the long sleeve shirt tonight. I wore short sleeves. But with that being said, I still got to enjoy a wonderful evening at EPCOT. So nobody is arguing that it was a bad time. So made my way there. Originally was going to get on Soarin', and then I got there and it was 45 minutes, not the 25 or whatever it was. So I did not do that. And after that, I went and got food at, let's see, where did I go first? Oh, France. That had the best line. And I think it only took 15, 17 minutes, so the line was not bad. And if you have been here recently, you know that the lines in all the food booths have been crazy. So to be 17 minutes for France is actually a really good. So I got the brie in the bread bowl. I got the crab cake. And then I really wanted the frozen French martini. Good job. It was frozen. And it was cold outside. So I got the rosé sparkling wine instead. So cheese and bread bowl, i.e. brie and bread bowl. I wasn't certain. I even liked brie. Y'all, I know. I'm weird with some cheeses. I'm starting to sound like my niece. But there's a lot of cheeses I love, and there's a lot of cheeses I'm not a big fan of. And I honestly wasn't sure about brie. I couldn't remember the last time I had it, whether I liked it or not. So I got it. and I actually thought it was pretty good. So I had a couple bites of that. And then the crab cake, all in all, was good. Your girl is from Maryland. I am used to crab cakes not being full of filler. And there was quite a bit of filler in there, but the flavor was still pretty good. And it had some sort of dill sauce on it, and then the lobster bisque that it came, and it was more like just a layer at the bottom of the crab cake. Didn't really get a whole lot of lobster out of it, but I mean the flavor was pretty good outside of that. So I felt like those were 2 wins. The dessert looked really good, which was like a chocolate orange eclair, but I knew I wanted to try something else, so I didn't want to kill my appetite all in one go. Then after that, I ate all that, and then I went to Remy's. The wait at the time was about 45 minutes, which again for Remy's is rather low. So I got in the single rider line. Pardon me, I'm gonna have a drink really quick. I got in the single rider line, and I think all in all, it ended up being 21 minutes, which compared to 45, I'll take it. So did that, got out of that, continued making my way around World Showcase, ended up getting the Wagyu beef bun in Japan, as well as their IPA. My goodness, I'll put it on the screen exactly what it was, but it was a wasabi IPA. I am actually not a fan usually of IPAs, but this beer intrigued me, so I really wanted to try it and see what the flavor was like. First, let's talk about the Wagyu beef bun, because y'all, that was actually really good. The bun itself is purple, which is intriguing, but again, Festival of the Arts. And but the beef on the inside, I thought had amazing flavor, and that was enjoyable. So highly recommend that. The wasabi beer, it didn't have any kind of spice to it, which, to be honest, disappointed me just slightly, because I like spicy beers, I like spicy things, but it had that IPA flavor, not overly hoppy like a lot of them are, which is the reason why I'm not a huge fan of IPAs, but you could definitely tell it was an IPA. And then on the back end of it, you got that wasabi flavor, but it was still very mild. The more you drink, the more you tasted it, but I'd say the first sip or two, it was not super obvious. So that, again, Japan, enjoyable both ways. Kept walking. By this point, I was realizing I was full, and I probably was not going to be eating a whole lot more, and I didn't. But I did get, let's see, after that, but what I did do is I went to La Cava del Tequila, and I got Jordan Fisher's drink there, and I liked it. It was a petite little drink, but it is bourbon mezcal. And now I'm going to have to put on the screen exactly everything it is. You're going to have to like bourbon, and you're going to have to like mezcal. If you don't like either one of those, this is not the drink for you. However, if you like both of those things, it was nice. I actually enjoyed it. Then I took it. I was going to get on Soarin', because according to the app, it was 15 minutes. Then I get there, and the sign says 50, like 50. And I was like, that's a pretty big difference. And apparently they'd gone down to just one screen, and then that one was not working at that moment. So what do you do when Soarin's down? You go get on Living with the Land. So I did that. I got to sit all the way in the front, so that was fun. And it was nice because it was warm. And you got to relax, put your feet up. Not that I've not been sitting most of the day, but I am impressed that I still went over 15,000 steps, considering I have sat most of the day. So, did Living with the Land, got off that, went got on Soarin', it said 15 minutes. Literally, it was me walking there, getting in line, and literally probably 30 seconds to a minute and a half, somewhere in that time frame, after getting in line, pre-show started. It was awesome. So did that, and that walked out of there was about 8:55. And I decided I was not going to do Luminous, even though I really enjoy that show. It was too darn cold, y'all. I was not willing to stand around freezing my buttuckus off watching it. So instead, I made my way over to Creations, and actually, on my way to Creations, I saw the huge genie lamp that apparently was in New York when Aladdin was on Broadway there, which we saw Aladdin here in Southeast Texas, not here. I'm in Orlando right now, but at home, gosh, it's been several years now when we saw it, and I thought it was a great production. And so went and saw the really big lamp, and then went to Creations, walked around, contemplated a couple jackets. I was hoping they'd have the Stone and Clover line, because I was going to get one of those Letterman jackets, but they didn't. They were only at port of entry, and I had already gone in those shops and walked out, and the only one they had was the It's a Small World one, not the Walt Disney World one. So I did not get a jacket, and I was actually quite proud of myself. I didn't get anything, and rode the bus home, and it was completely packed. I don't think I've ever been on a bus that packed. But we made it back here, and now I've got my coffee to warm up. I'm going to drink this just a little bit. I'm going to go back to the room. I think I'm going to do a little work, and then I might go to bed. And I'm still debating on that early entry tomorrow. I said I was going to do, at Magic Kingdom, but knowing it's going to be 35 degrees and I don't have the attire for it, is probably not going to bode well for me. However, I could always get there and then buy something, right? Right. So that's the second option. Or I get up and I work a little bit, even though I said I was going to take the day off. I don't know what I'm going to do. So we will see, but maybe I will get up, get moving, and then just buy a jacket when I get there. What do y'all think about that? Anyway, it's been enjoyable, and it was a super quick trip to EPCOT tonight. I think I was there for about 3 hours, maybe 3 hours and 15 minutes max, but I got a lot done. I feel like I rode 3 rides, Remy's Soarin' and Living with the Land. I did 2 food booths. I went to La Cava del Tequila, shopped a little bit, and I also went through the Communicore Hall, which has got the on-Broadway display, and I did that earlier as well. So I feel like I've got a lot accomplished in 3 hours. So here's to another day in Orlando. So if you've made it this far, let's do this. Put an emoji of the closest thing to represent your favorite Disney movie. I think. Yeah, let's do that. And I look forward to seeing you all for round, let's see, what is this going to be? 1, 2, 3. Day 3? Day 4. I don't even know anymore. Day 4 tomorrow, as we definitely experience Magic Kingdom in the early part of the day. And I haven't decided what we're going to do for the evening, whether we're going to go to Epcot again, Hollywood Studios. Do I still keep Topolino's, even though I don't have the dress attire for it? Or do I sacrifice that and possibly go to Wailulu Grill and hope to get a seat there, which is probably a better option, especially dress-wise. But, ooh, that banana old-fashioned and that burger that they have there, y'all, so good. That'd be a pretty amazing birthday dinner if you ask me. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to stop rambling. So until then, I will see y'all tomorrow. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and ring that bell so that you know when this next video will come out. And you can celebrate my birthday with me. So until next time.